Hey everybody, it's Angel Benton, and today I want to wish everyone a happy National Taco Day. I enjoyed a couple of tacos from the Bell myself. They were delightful. But today is also National Vodka Day. So in honor of that, I made myself a Bloody Mary with excellent Swiss vodka. It's yummy. Although I did make it a little bit strong. I was like, ooh, woo, whoo. Anyways, it's the first time I've actually been able to like drink in a while. It's so how sad is it when you're too stressed out to drink? You're too stressed out to drink. Most times stress leads people to have drinking problems, but I'm like I can't deal with that. I cannot even look at booze right now. I just so but I will just say today was good because um I learned how to put some things in perspective. So even though I still have a long ways to go in my current position about things that I need to learn, I'm not doing as bad as I thought I was. So that's a good thing. So let's talk about Bold and Beautiful. Okay. So here's one of the unfortunate things about me choosing to do Bold and Beautiful on Tuesdays is that, nothing really exciting happens on Tuesdays, right? Everything happens on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That's when all the good stuff happens. Tuesdays and Thursdays are kind of just filler days, right? And that's with every single soap on the air. Last Wednesday, oh my God, it was probably my favorite episode of the week. It was great because, all the Forrester children are all boycotting Eric's wedding. Just remember, I was telling you how awful that was and how horrible people they are, led by horrible number one and horrible number two, Ridge and Steffi. And in and they're in Eric's office at work. Eric comes barging through, right? And honey, let me tell you, the library was open because that bitch started reading them all for filth. It was the best. He first person to grab his ire was Pam, and he was like, "Really, Pam? Are you gonna call someone else crazy?" I mean, he didn't go into Pam's checkered past, i.e., tying Donna to a chair and then putting honey on her and letting a bear come, try to maul her. I mean, like she's Pam has had some off kilter moments, right? So for her to call anybody crazy, let alone Quinn, is a little bit hypocritical, right? And then he goes into Maya. Ooh, it was great. He's like, and I let you in with all of your family and all the drama you brought. And that is so true because between her and Nicole and Sasha and the Avons, all they did was bring drama. Did Eric ask for any of that? Hell no. He sure didn't, and, he was letting Rick have it. He was like, really, Rick, after all the times that I've supported you over my other children and you're going to just throw me to the wolves like that? Yeah, okay, I see how you are. I mean, like, it was the best John McCook scene, Eric Forster, that I have ever seen ever. It was so incredible. I loved every second of it. It was awesome. Truly awesome. It was great. And he called Steffi out too. He's like, yeah, you're being, yeah, you're named after your grandmother, but you're being a spoiled brat just like your grandmother was too. Boom. Boom. Oh, it was awesome. It was so awesome. It was great. I will say that Quinn and Eric have been dominating the screen time lately, or that storyline. There hasn't been anyone else still. But Liam has kind of filtered his way into the story. But here's the thing about that. So Steffi was in Eric's office while everyone was so I didn't even tell you. So after he was done ripping everyone to shreds and he really laid into everyone, it was so great. Then he collapses and has to be taken to the hospital. So they take him to the hospital and he apparently had a brain hemorrhage and he loses consciousness and goes in and out, right? So while everyone is waiting at the hospital, because of course Quinn shows up, she's like, that's my husband. I need to be with my husband, blah, blah, blah. All this, my husband. Well, then Steffi is waiting around at Eric's office with Liam, and Wyatt is nowhere to be found, of course. What a hoe bag, right? I'm sorry, but Steffi is a real hoe bag. Anyways, her and Liam decide, hey, maybe, because Eric was waving around this manila envelope saying, once I sign this, she's my wife, blah, blah, blah. And then he actually ended up collapsing before he could sign it. And they were like, maybe he didn't sign the marriage certificate. So they went tearing through his office, which remarkably enough was way more cluttered all of a sudden. That was a little irritating as well. That was like, okay, that's kind of for storyline purposes. They're really padding this shit out because he would not keep that desk that cluttered. So that was like, okay, whatever. But they finally found it and they saw that yes, he did not sign the marriage certificate and Quinn is not legally Mrs. Eric Forrester. So they all think that, Quinn is out of their lives. So of course, pompous ass Ridge, oh, God, ugh. I mean, do you remember when Ridge was a likable character? I do. It wasn't that long ago, but now he just is not likable at all. Anyways, he kicks Quinn out of the house because Quinn's like, I want to take my husband home and I can care for him at home. We'll have round the clock care. We'll have the best care money can buy. And he's like, yeah, we are bringing him home, but you're not going to be here because you're out. Pack all her stuff up and move. And like he kicked her out of the mansion. And here's what I'm enjoying about this storyline so far. First of all, it actually, believe it or not, this is so random, but so the person who has kind of been the most affected has been Zende, which is great because at first you think, well, that's kind of random, but as someone who has experienced this myself, you never know when someone's death is going to is going to hit you in a certain way. There are some people whose deaths hit you in that way and it's expected. There's some people whose deaths don't hit you in that way and that's sort of unexpected. Then it's unexpected when people you wouldn't even think would have a connection to you affects you deeply. So, what's funny? I'm going to do a quick little sidebar here about my time in gay porn. Not as a porn star, as a publicist. Well, I wasn't even a publicist. I was more of a marketer slash webmaster, kind of. Anyways, one of the very first gay porn interview I ever did was with Eric Rhodes, who's now dead. But his death didn't really affect me that much as there was another guy named Danny Roddick who I had far less interaction with than Eric Rhodes, but his death really affected me. So that's just the reason I bring that up is because that's why I'm really enjoying the storyline with Zende, because he's really been hit hard by Eric being in the hospital, and that I'm kind of enjoying seeing him play. It's about fucking time they give him some material other than Nicole and Sasha and him being an idiot. It's great. I love it. Keep that up. We'll find something for Nicole. We can put her into a hot little triangle, or who else is there on the show that she could hook up? Well, Thomas. She totally could hook up with Thomas, right? Yeah, but Thomas has got his own thing going with her sister and Caroline, who's coming back. So they're all in the hospital, right? And the stupidest thing about the whole not signing the marriage certificate is that Bold and Beautiful has been down that road before multiple times. One of the most recent times was with Liam and Hope and Steffi. So when they were acting like, oh my God, we found out he's not really married. It's like, really? Really, bitch? Really? I mean, I get that America has a short attention span collectively, but really, is it that short that we don't remember that? I mean, it's like Genoa City or Salem. either one of those on Young the Restless and Days of Our Lives, I would never ever, if I ever there was ever a question about my baby's paternity, would I ever get a paternity test done in either of those two cities? Because obviously the results can be switched to alter to be anybody's child. I mean, like, it's just fucking ridiculous. But anyways, I'm really enjoying Well and Beautiful, and I'm looking forward to it. So thank you so much for tuning in tomorrow. I'm talking all about Dancing for Relevancy, which I just saw the finale of tonight. And then Thursday, I'm talking about Below Deck. So take care, everyone, and have a wonderful night. Follow me on Twitter at Angel Benton. Peace. Oh, and hashtag Bold and Beautiful if you want to talk soaps. Good night.